Jeff Bezos and your local sandwich guy have one thing in common: 24 hours a day. But only one of them can buy a yacht while eating a sandwich on Mars. The difference, it's not money, it's how they use time. Now, before you go blaming TikTok or your 47 browser tabs, let me ask you something else. What do you spend more recklessly, money or time? Most people say money, but the truth? We guard our wallets like Fort Knox and hand out our time like it's free samples at Costco. Scroll for an hour, sure. Say yes to a meeting that could have been a text, why not? Spend a whole weekend doing things we hate with people we don't like. Classic. But here's the thing, the rich figured out early. Time is the only currency that actually matters. And no, that's not some motivational poster quote with a sunset in the background. It's literally how the rich stay rich, by understanding time not as something you use, but something you leverage. Let me give you a weird metaphor. Imagine time is pizza. Most people eat the crust first because they're told that's how it's done. School, job, commute, taxes, obligations, traffic jams, awkward small talk, waiting in line at the DMV, crust, crust, crust. But by the time they get to the middle, the good stuff, it's either cold or gone. Rich people, they flip the slice. They go straight for the cheese. They outsource the crust, hire someone else to deal with it. Or better yet, they build a system that eats the crust for them. Okay, maybe I stretched that one too far. But you get it. The real flex isn't owning a private jet, it's owning your day. It's waking up and saying, what do I want to do today? Not what do I have to do to survive? But that kind of freedom, that doesn't start with money. It starts with awareness. Most people never even question how they spend their time. They just react. They think being busy is the same as being productive. They confuse motion with progress. And they wear burnout like a badge of honor. The rich figured out something better. They ask, what can I build today that frees me tomorrow? Instead of chasing every dollar, they design systems. Systems that pay them repeatedly for work they only did once. The truth is, most people are living on borrowed time, but the invoice hasn't arrived yet. They scroll endlessly, walk through routines, and then wonder why life feels like an endless loop of Mondays. They're not lazy. They're just never taught to think of time as capital. Because here's the secret. You can always earn more money, but you can't earn back a Tuesday. And you know what makes this even more brutal? Most of us waste our time trying to earn money in ways that are guaranteed to steal more of our time. It's like someone offering you $5 if you punch yourself in the face first, then doing it again the next day and the next. Eventually, you forget that your face isn't supposed to hurt all the time. That's what happens when you trade your entire week for a paycheck that barely covers rent, groceries, and a coffee that temporarily numbs your existential dread. And here's the part no one tells you. Most rich people didn't start rich. They just figured out sooner that time is an asset, something to invest, not just spend. They asked better questions. Not how can I make more money this week, but what can I build now that makes money next week? Now without me showing up. It could be anything, writing a book, learning a high-value skill, starting a small business, buying income-generating assets, or just not wasting hours on things that drain you and give nothing back. Even learning how to say no is a wealth-building skill, because every yes is a trade. Every meeting you didn't want to take, every task you didn't delegate, every hour you spent doom scrolling when you could have been making something that grows in value over time, all of it adds up. Meanwhile, the people who seem to have all the time in the world, they just got serious about owning it. They outsource tasks that drain them. They automate things most people manually redo every day. They create before they consume. They know their highest value activities and double down on those hard. And it's not because they're superhuman or have some secret productivity app no one told you about. It's because they learned to treat time like money, but rarer. You can lose money and get it back. Lose time, that's a permanent withdrawal. And the real kicker? A lot of people spend decades trying to earn enough money just so they can finally get their time back. They grind in their 30s, burn out in their 40s, and by the time they make it, they don't even remember what they wanted time for. That's like starving yourself all year so you can eat a cold cheeseburger in December. Why not eat while you build? Why not build something that makes your time your own now, not just when you're 65 with bad knees and a shelf full of world's okayest employee mugs?